With the written column method, adding numbers can be simple. Say we want to know what 42 plus 37 equals. You might be able to do this in your head, but let's use the column method. The first step is an important one. We must make sure we write the numbers under the correct unit column, tens and units in this case. So, 42 should be written with 4 in the tens column and 2 in the units column. We then write 37 beneath this, making sure the 3 is in the tens column and the 7 in the units column. The second step is just as important as the first one. We must add the smallest units first, so we always start with the column furthest right. Adding the units first, we get 2 plus 7 equals 9. Moving to the tens column, we have 4 plus 3. What this really means is 40 plus 30, which equals 70. So, we write our 7 in the tens column below, and there we have it. 42 plus 37 equals 79. Let's try some bigger numbers. What is 176 plus 259? Again, we must write the numbers under the correct column, but this time we need to also use the hundreds column. Adding the units first, we get 6 plus 9 equals 15. So, we write the 5 in the units column. But what do we do with the 1? Well, this 1 represents 10, so we carry it over into the tens column and write a little 1 underneath to remind us that we must add this extra 10. Adding the tens column, we get 7 plus 5 equals 12, but we also need to add this 1 from earlier, so we get 13. This 13 represents 130, so we write a 3 in the tens column, and like before, carry over the 1 to the hundreds column. So, in the hundreds column, we have 1 plus 2, plus the 1 we carried over, equals 4. 176 plus 259 equals 435. What about 10,052 plus 6,384? What does that equal? Like before, we start by adding the units, and we work our way left, carrying over when necessary. 2 plus 4 is 6, 5 plus 8 equals 13, so remember to carry the 1. In the hundreds column, we have 0 plus 3 plus 1 equals 4. 0 plus 6 is 6. And in the 10,000s column, we have 1 from the first number, but nothing in the second. Well, that's okay. We could have written a 0 here, and the number wouldn't change. 1 plus 0 is just 1. So our final answer is 16,436. Can we use this method if we have decimal numbers? The answer is yes. For example, what is the sum of 761.52 and 852.69? We just need to include the tenth and the hundredths column. When writing these numbers down, don't forget about the decimal point. Remember, we always start with the smallest units and work our way left. 2 plus 9 is 11, so we write the 1 in the hundredths column and carry over the 1 to the tenths column. 5 plus 6 plus 1 is 12, so that's 2 in the tenths column and 1 to carry over to the units. 1 plus 2 plus 1 equals 4. 6 plus 5 equals 11. 7 plus 8 plus 1 equals 16, so that's 6 in the hundreds column and 1 to be carried over into the thousands column. In the thousands column, we just have 1. So the answer is 1,614.21. Can we extend this method to add more than 2 numbers at once? Again, the answer is yes. As long as we keep the numbers lined up properly, we can add as many numbers together as we want. If we wanted to know what the sum of 381, 499 and 136 was, we can just write the numbers like we did before, but this time add another row for 136. Now all we do is add the columns like before. 1 plus 9 plus 6 equals 16. 8 plus 9 plus 3 plus 1 equals 21. This time we need to carry over 2 into the hundreds column. 3 plus 4 plus 1 plus 2 equals 10. So our final answer is 10,016. Here is one more, slightly trickier question, which will combine everything we have just learned. What is 862.54 plus 43.9 plus 207 plus 6.894. Why don't you pause the video, grab a piece of paper, have a go yourself, and then we'll go through the answer. The first step is to make sure we align everything properly. Once we have everything in the right columns, we just add as we did before. Starting with the far right column, we get 4, 13, 23, 20, 12, 11, and finally 1. If you got the answer 1120.334, then well done. Why don't you think of some numbers yourself? Add them together and check your answer using a calculator. The more you practice, the easier it becomes.